In each session, we have the option of completing the exercises in standing, in sitting, or maybe in supportive standing. So how do I know which one's best for me? This may depend on how you're feeling that day. So if your symptoms are particularly bad, or if you're feeling quite tired, you may wish to do the seated exercises. If you feel like you're ready for a little bit more of a challenge, but not quite ready to do the standing ones, that's where you could do the semi-supported. And then if you're really feeling like you'd like to try and push yourself a little bit harder, that's where you could try the standing. With each one, don't feel afraid to move up or down throughout the session. So if you're able to do some in standing, but it gets a bit much, then feel free to move on to the semi-standing, onto the seated. For each session, we've tried to make it inclusive for everybody and how you're feeling on that day. You may decide you want to do it a little bit more regularly. So we'd recommend starting with about twice a week, but if you feel able and that you want to, you can increase this. In terms of the intensity, there's a few ways of changing this. So one option will be depending on the position. We appreciate that some people can only manage to do things in a seated position, so we've incorporated that into the programme. If you want to progress that up a little bit, then we recommend doing supported standing. So that's where you have something nearby, be it a supportive chair or a fireplace or a wall that you could rest your hand on. To progress it even further, you may wish to do the exercises in standing. You can choose on the day how you're feeling and how you're managing, and you may mix this up throughout the session. So you may start in seated and progress up to standing, or vice versa. That's absolutely fine. Another way to make this a little bit more challenging could be to add some weights or to increase the speed at which you're going. And again, to try and make this a little bit more manageable, you can just bring the pace down of the movement. Again, you may wish to move between these during each activity.